Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, two teams.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6". They'll come out throwing here on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here we go. Green 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So on 4th down, here's the punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Here we go now.
On 1st down, Wheeler. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Back to throw. Wheeler throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense.
So under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Operating from the gun. Wheeler muscles him off. Complete to Gilmore, the tight end. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Right side catch, Gilmore. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play calling, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Here we go now. Green 39.
To throw on 3rd down. Wheeler. This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Wheeler. Hard throw, incomplete. That's a tough one not to hang on to on 3rd and goal, but good job defensively to get there and jar it loose.
Agreed. That was really, really nicely done because there's no pass interference on the play. Timing excellent to get in there and knock it away. A win for the defense, and it brings up 4th down.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lambo will put this one through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Back to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 56 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble. Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. First down, he'll drop to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here we go now. Green 39.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Let's go. Green 39.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. Well, this one's knuckling, and it just does get over the crossbar. He didn't get much of it, but he got it to go. And that will tie us at 3-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Looking to throw on second down. Wheeler, and he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Throwing again. Wheeler. They find some open field here. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 3 on the play. And just like that, it's third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Wheeler. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. 23 yards on the play. First and 10. Wheeler. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. On 3rd down, Wheeler out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Let's go. 319. 319.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here's Jeff Locke now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Throwing on 1st down. Wheeler looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw on second down, Wheeler. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Back to throw. Wheeler. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That time, a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. end zone now. They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Running back, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense, and what a big-time play there.
They'll set up a throw over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Nick Folk for the point after. And the lead is down to 2. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that. One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 33. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was in search of the tight end, Troy Nicholas. And that'll bring up second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll drop the throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The punter lock out there now as he sends it away. And this one's going to be touchdown right at about the 35-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Cowboys are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Panthers won't panic either. They know they just need to take it one play at a time. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Early in quarter 1, Strong's able to zero in on the QB here. This will go for a loss of 8. Cowboys with the football early first. Jefferson's going to push his way to the QB here. This ends up as a loss of 9. Cowboys have it late in the second. Wade's going to break free after a stiff arm, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 9. Staying late in the second, Stanton's found coming across the middle, and he counts off the 7-play drive with the score. Deficit shrinks to 2. So that's it for us. We'll go back now to Arlington for the start of the second half.
All right, LR, thank you, my man. Still anyone's contest, just a 2-point game as we get set for the second half. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Off play action. Wheeler. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. Running right through it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, Wheeler. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Hurry up, here we go.
Looking to throw. Wheeler. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And it's second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that's going to up the lead to 15-10. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. It's a short kick taken near the 18. Shifts by him. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. 3-19.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Panthers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go now.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Red zone opportunity. And they'll run it here. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Green 39.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Panthers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Well, 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Wheeler. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here we go. 3-19.
To throw again. Wheeler under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 16.
Set. 3-19.
Operating from the gun. Wheeler finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Tim Mastay now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for minimal gains.
And he will find his man on the outside. That one goes for 24 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a handoff here to his running back. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
2nd down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Every now and then when we see a really good run, we really tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen. What the offensive line did, what the receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of good yardage and made it happen with great effort.
And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Every now and then I scratch my head when I see the draw play called, especially after a great run the previous play. Keep attacking. Sometimes the draw play develops slowly, and that allows the defense to react.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter play.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wheeler. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. Wheeler. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
Here's Tim Mastay now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10. I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And this certainly confirms all the chatter, how big of a final weekend this is. For the moment, the 6th seed is theirs, but it'll take a victory to officially lock that down.
I hear the excitement in your voice about this.
A little nervousness, both ways.
Either way,
Both
but
ways.
you know, I've never met a player who didn't go into a game with a little bit of nervousness and played well and didn't play well. Because look, if you go in without that edge, and to this game has an edge to it, doesn't it? Then you're really not going to perform that well.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Let's go. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
To throw on 2nd down. Wheeler, wide open receiver, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. In the red zone this time.
Let's go. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
Looking to throw. Wheeler. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Crockett Gilmore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll look to throw again. And this one's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to go up top again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We do see this a lot from rookie quarterbacks, don't we? They kind of lock in on their intended target. A lot of times they establish that buddy, that guy they depend on. And, boy, defenses zero in on it, don't they?
A little bit too telegraphed that time, and that's why it's knocked away. Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. The Panthers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be third and 5. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
And was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. First and 10. Wheeler. And an alley to run. He finds an opening past the 40. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
The Cowboys on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Green.
Back to throw. Wheeler, complete to Gilmore, the tight end. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They convert on third with a gain of 22. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And now a first down following that long gain. They go play action here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. From the gun, Wheeler. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Operating from the gun, Wheeler. And that is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Well, we've seen some lead changes, and it certainly appeared that one of these squads was in full control of the game, but that's not the case after that touchdown.
Yeah, they erase a 2 TD deficit here to grab the lead. So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll set up to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
2nd down following the incompletion. Throwing again. Wheeler. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on 1st down. Wheeler. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On first down, Wheeler. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Looking to throw on second down. Wheeler. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Crockett Gilmore there. Third down here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Looking to throw. Wheeler. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Carl Nassib in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Tim Mastay now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Here we go. 3-19.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And some room to roam now.
When I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Wheeler. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be knocked down sideways. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. Wheeler. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
That's right. That's the run. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On third down, here's Williams. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Fighting through. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, that play's a statistic. that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 23 yards on the play. They'll look to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Second and goal from the 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. He'll look to throw, and that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Devontae Booker, the man he was trying to get it to. And it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, If they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Carolina, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Dallas, this will mark an unlucky loss number 13 for them. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.